So, yes indeed, this is very big to work on my desk, so I've just got it laying down on its side at the moment. And there it is on screen, but my camera here is normally mounted down here, but it couldn't get a good vision of this, so I had to bring it up to here, which is my shelf. Ignore the Nescafe jar, but that's where the Mac was, resting on my games there. And there's the camera, there's my screen, there's the Mac. So this is what I'm going to be dealing with for the next, I don't know how long, but we'll see. So I'm sure I just showed you my phone footage of my desk and various other bits around here, but this is the actual start. So welcome to another video of a series. This is definitely going to be a series, and this is day one, and I'm already annoyed with the stickers. I did a quick Google check because I noticed there was buttons here and here. Now, according to Google, they are the reset and interrupt buttons. And I can see a little post on this side, but on that side it's missing. Never mind. And although you probably can't see it, no doubt I'll zoom into it shortly, but the little Apple logo has got little white scratches on it. That's a shame. But hang on, the smell of nicotine has disappeared. Good, 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 good. So yeah, day one. Nothing on the mat. And I'm a little worried about that noise because it could be the piece that hangs on the back of the tube, and I'm really hoping it's not damaged it, because obviously there's no way back from that. I am yet to get the original mouse and keyboard, but I understand there's an adapter you can get, ADP or ADB adapter, so you can use a more modern mouse and keyboard for now. But obviously the ultimate goal would be to have all the original stuff. But we'll see how we get on with that. Yes, they're quite large Torx bits, aren't they? Yes, they are. And two down here, which is really deep. Actually looks like one's missing. It does indeed look like one's missing. Can you see that on the camera? It's nice and shiny. Or maybe it's not missing it. It's just okay, so that one's definitely in there. Oh no. Yeah, they're both in there. And unfortunately they do look a little bit chewed. I hope not, because I can't imagine getting into those is going to be fun. Okay, I did dig this out of the cupboard because I thought maybe it's going to be too long, too narrow I mean, but that's too fat, so I can't use that. Be long enough with something on the end of it. Yeah, that might be long enough with something on the end of it, but it's a little bit bendy, so I don't know how much strength I'm going to get from that. So this is everything I've got. Well, that's not true, is it? Hang on. Yeah, so this is everything I've got. Don't think that's going to do it, but let's just check. Let's see what I've got in here. That's quite long. I should have really looked up what torque size this is, but that's too big. Okay, that seems to fit. What's this one? T10? Actually, it looks a little bit too small. This is T15. Ah, that's better. T15 is what this is. Yeah, the trouble is, am I going to reach all the way down here? And more importantly, am I going to be able to turn it? I think that bit's getting stuck. Yeah, it is. Oh, well, that's annoying. That gets stuck as well. Okay, so day one's not going very well so far. I'm not even going to bother unscrewing these until I can unscrew these. So I'm going to go and order something that's long and narrow and can get into there. But for now, very carefully, see, did you hear that? Yeah. But for now, let's do something I haven't done yet, and that's switching on. Cable's going in, and there's a big chunky on-off button above that, so let's just very gently lean back so you can see the screen. Okay, here we go. I can hear circuitry whirring away. Nothing on the screen. I can hear a fan. And wow, I can really smell nicotine now. Yeah, it's blowing the smell out from inside. And the screen is not coming on. I have no idea what that's trying to do. Maybe it's the A drive, the floppy drive. You can tell I'm an old PC person, can't you? Maybe it's the old floppy drive inside trying to do something. It's weird how it looks on the viewfinder. It looks like it's on-ish, but it's really not. Oh no, that's a shame. Now, I'm kind of hoping that can be sorted out once I do get it opened. So for now, well, you know what, I'm just going to leave it for another few minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to enhance the audio so you can hear that whirring noise. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to turn it off. And so far, day one, not much progress. So I'm going to go and order some stuff. Right, welcome to day 2. Now, about 20 minutes ago, Amazon delivered the screwdriver for me. See, I'm being very careful because of that noise. And they just dropped off the screwdriver, and I'm not sure it's long enough. There's the handle. Yep, there's the handle. Yeah. Silver in the deep, black ones in the shallow. And we're in. Oh goodness. I'll tell you what, the actual back part of it, which, there we go, it's actually incredibly clean inside. I mean, I don't know, maybe someone has cleaned it previously, but... Okay, so that's on, which is good. So where was all that noise coming from? My oh my, that's some big old capacitors in there. Now obviously I did switch this on 24 hours ago-ish, but I'm not going to be sticking my hands in there just yet. I want to discharge this bad boy. Let me just move that to there. I'm trying to figure out what was moving, what was making that noise without disturbing too much. Oh, I think I can see what it was. I think this drive is loose, isn't it? No. Okay, it's not that then. Wow, the actual motherboard is rather filthy. Understandably so. That looks like RAM chips there. I'm just trying to read as much as I can. Okay, now just to zoom in. You can see it. Yes, you can. Eight GB. No. That can't be, can it? Anyway. I can read something that you can't see, but underneath it says, underneath the CRT, oh, hang on, let me zoom out a bit. Underneath this, it says Quantum 1989, made in Japan. Wow, it's fascinating inside though. I can smell nicotine, I'm afraid. But at least we can air it out now, and yeah, I best get on with making the. I'm going to make a discharge tool so I can take this apart. Until I've got that, I ain't touching anything. So let's pause for a second because I just need to go get a few bits and bobs. Okay, welcome back. Now, I've moved the Mac over to my other desk because I need to make a discharge tool. You can buy them. but I'm going to make my own one using this old extension lead, and I'm quite happy to sacrifice this. It's a bit of a mess anyway, and I've borrowed a big old screwdriver from a friend of mine because I don't have anything this size, and I needed it to be a nice sort of plastic handle on the other end. Before I forget, because I probably will do, I'm just going to take off my wedding ring and that as well. I need to get some, yeah, I think I have. And I'm going to need about that much. Yeah, about that much. I do have some wire strippers somewhere. I couldn't find them. First things first, I'm just going to check that that is in fact intact all the way through. Continuity mode. Here we go. Okay, so that's good. I might need a bit more of this blue actually, because that's on this side anyway. Just a little bit more. Right. That should be a decent size. No, I still need a bit more. I should point out not to copy anything I'm doing here. Not that I'm an expert, because I'm not, I'm just an idiot. But yeah. Okay, that's better. Now with this piddly little bit of electrical tape, There we go, so there's one end, and this end connects to the ground earth point on the CRT. Okay, so with the screwdriver end, that's going to go under this suction cup that's attached to the side of the CRT, and when it sneaks underneath it, it's going to make contact with the metal here, and the other end of this I'm going to attach to this. Hang on, where's my finger gone? This point here. Let's use this massively long screwdriver. I'm not taking this all the way off, just loosening it up. There you go, so we've got a bit of play there now. I'm just going to get a makeshift hook there. And that's got to go into the... Hang on. Okay, so that's secured. Now for a little bit of extra protection, belts and braces, some 1000 wattage protection gloves, which I actually don't believe for 1 minute, but let's see. So again, all jewellery removed, not that I wear a lot, just my wedding ring. And I'm going to use my left hand to hold the screwdriver. My right hand is going to be under my bottom because I'm going to sit on it. You might hear a slight pop-in sound, which would be good because it means it's travelled through to the other side. Yeah, this is sticky. There we go. We're underneath it, and now. Okay. So I've touched the connectors down there, and the other one. Yep. So that's touched those. And then we're going to come out, place that down on the mat, have a little shot of a drink, just Pepsi Max. Oh dear. I'm just going to give that a few minutes, and then I'm going to go back in again. Now the reason why I do this with just one hand and the other hand right out of the way is because you don't want the electric to flow through to your chest and stay at your chest. So if you had, like the other hand, too nearby, it could upset a few vital organs. Right, so that's been a minute or so, hasn't it? So let's repeat that process. And back pocket sitting on, and in we go. Okay, well, there we go. I didn't feel any cracks or noises or anything, so that's a good sign. But I need to pop out now, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And those gloves really stink. They came airtight in this bag, and they were literally... And then I cut into the bag and they just sprung open, and oh my god, they stink. But I'd rather have that than getting a nasty shock. But I'm going to leave it like this for now. I'll be back in about an hour, and then I'll probably do it again. But this should be okay to work on now. And I just want to test these capacitors at the back. What time is it? Yeah, but I'm going to have to go for now. Back soon. Hello, and I'm back. And that was about half an hour. And again, right hand well out of the way. I mean, it should be fine now. Oh, yeah, I think I just heard a pop, so that's good. Screwdriver is ridiculous. Okay, now we're getting a bit more confident. Let's take this off because I want to see if these caps register any voltage. These things are hard to get hold of. That's what it said. Right, where was this massive capacitor? Well, there's two of them, isn't there? Nope, there's lots of them. But the main two... Yeah, that's going to be fun to get to. board does look very messy. This board on this side, which I obviously will get out to look at, but it looks like something's leaked all over it. Probably one of the capacitors, or more than one. Yeah, that's not good at all. And this actual plate down here, I can't see that from this angle. I'll just bring it up a bit more. There's some corrosion here. Okay. Is that just literally plugged straight in? Yep. There we go, look at those. Look at that. 19... Does it say 1990? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? 1990 Apple computer. What does that say there? Assembled in Singapore, 256K x 4 RAM. Okay, wow. Yes, that main board wants to come straight out, but I don't want to mess with that yet until I've had a closer look at this. So voltage DC, and it's hard to see where this is exactly, so it's there. Is it that one and that one? If it is, there's nothing coming from that. Well, that one and that one. New. 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 And there's more caps down this side. So I know you can't see what I'm looking at the moment. I will get all this out and it will be laid down so we can see it properly, but there is a lot of mess on this side. That came out rather easy. I'm just looking at this coming through to the other side of this board. Okay, that's quite secure, isn't it? Because that's the really delicate part. If that breaks, that glass breaks, then it's just going to suck all the air in and it'll destroy the tube. Although it's not actually working, is it? So that's what I better do. Let's get some photos. I mean, that's obvious where that goes, isn't it? Take photos with this massive glove on. that? Yeah, it is. IDE cable. It's been a while since I've seen one of them. And that's screwed in here and here. And on the other side, yep, and on the other side. So we do need to start on this side. Let's just take this out. That's a dirty IDE cable. Right. Let's have a closer look at this. Well, from what I can see, it's very dirty, but that's expected. Nothing looks burnt or damaged. What's this here? Plus and negative. Oh, is that a battery that's supposed to go there? Yeah, it must be. Because it says... I've still not got used to this camera being the other way around. Yeah, BT1. So battery 1. Oh. Some sort of CMOS battery maybe? Little crystal there, it looks rather grubby. You know, for 1989 or 1990, it's in good shape here. It just needs a good clean, and I'm going to have to find out what battery that needs. Apple computer, yeah, 1990. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. I love the way they've done that. So I unplugged that from there, didn't I? Yes, that came out of there. And obviously the power in the middle, and whatever that was. Is that saying a J8? What's this? Oh no, that's where this was plugged in, wasn't it? Yeah, of course. Silly boy. And they look really quite good. Condition, I mean. So that definitely needs a clean. This cable is, oh my god. Right. Now, that there is a big old Phillips. Ooh, there's a big old, there's a, and I, God, I can't speak. A spider. What's holding that in? Nothing. Yeah, didn't think so. So that is connected, so that's going to have to come off. That's connected to... There we go. Be very careful with that because, like I said, that breaks, it's game over. Although at the moment it is game over, but oh, this screwdriver is ridiculous. speaker, isn't it? Do I see anything damaged? Not at the moment. Quite bulged cap there. Well, not incredibly so, but it is kind of bulged. I'm curious where all that rubbish has come from that's leaked everywhere. Let's just checking a fuse. Good. So there's the power in, and it's greeted straight away with that coil cap. Let me show you the other side of this and you can see what I was looking at a minute ago. Is that going to be alright? Yeah. So you can see all this. And it's everywhere. Here. Very dry, but definitely shouldn't be there. And here. Okay. I still haven't found where that noise was coming from, which sounded very loose inside. I'm going to take the screen off next because I need to get to what's underneath it. And you can't see at all what I'm doing, can you? What is that? That was just hanging there on a cobweb. Keep finding dead arachnids. I'm going to have to put this face down, obviously, because it absolutely cannot lean on that tube. Just stay there. I can focus on this piece. You hear that? What is that? still can't see what it is, so let's just carry on taking stuff off. Is that Phillips? Yes, it is. So it's 4 Phillips screws with the washer, tight washer, the ones with grip. Right, what do we have here? Quantum. Doesn't say an awful lot. Product covered or licensed under the following US patents. It doesn't have any numbers other than the power requirements. Hard disk 40SC. I mean, it says 8 gigabytes here, but that can't be right, can it? Right, so we got the same thing here, 1, 2 Phillips, with the, again with the grip washer. Oops. And back here. And lastly, the floppy drive, which has smaller gold Phillips screws, again with a grip washer. Still haven't found that loose thing yet, but like I said, when it was all sealed up, I've got a feeling that's the floppy drive. I'm glad it is the floppy drive and not the tube on the monitor. Oops. That's not an easy angle. Oh. That was it. That was causing all that noise. Oh boy, you should see under here. Alright, big head. Let me get my head out of the way. No, I can't get to that one. So I'm going to have to... No, I'm going to have to get to that one somehow. Or does this come off? This whole assembly comes off, doesn't it? Yeah. Yep. No. It still hasn't fallen out yet, whatever that is. Again, floppy drive. Let's just try and take off this assembly, shall we? With this ludicrously long screwdriver. Torx on here, Torx in the middle. The last one is plastic, sticking through. It's got made in Singapore almost everywhere. Right, I see you all the way down there. Oh, gotcha. I'm glad I went for the extra long one. Bring that back up because I've got a feeling it's all going to fall apart. I imagine this plastic is quite brittle now, so I need to be careful. There we go. Aha! The battery. That's what the noise was. Right, well, we got this off. I'm so looking forward to sorting that out. Fan. Why haven't I got gloves on? Now, what on earth is going on with this floppy drive? That just doesn't look right to me. I can see all the mechanism in there, the springs and so on and so forth. But I just grab a floppy. I mean, obviously it's not going to work, but it's just that should go in and take it automatically. But in its current position, where it's down instead of up, it's not going to, because this, yeah, it's just showing you the bottom part of the drive itself, so that's definitely not going to work. Right, let's just have an audit of screws and so on and so forth. Right. Torques. Yeah, the gold ones were for the floppy drive, weren't they? Yeah, so gold for floppy drive. That was the earth grounding cable screw thing. That's the front screw for the floppy drive, because I only managed to get one of those off, didn't I? Yeah. I can certainly imagine there's going to be a lot of playback taking place. Why am I laughing? It's not funny. Okay, so this battery, my hands are bloody filthy. What does this say here? 3.6 volts. Size half AA. 1989. I think it's healthy. I bet it isn't. What do I want? Oh yeah. No, that can't be. That can't be right. .6 volts. That's incredible. That's really surprised me. So this would sit here, apparently. Yeah, like that. I just cannot believe that's still working. That still must have been dropped for it to pop out, because that was quite difficult to put in. Which way possibly? Yeah, this way. Let's try that again. Get off. .6 volts. That's insane. Okay, I'm going to have to wash my hands and put some gloves on because I'm getting covered in crap. I wouldn't know how to test the CRT. If I'm being completely honest with it, I really wouldn't know how to. So I'm going to have to do a bit of reading on this and see what I can test here to see if I can check if it's faulty. Obviously that's going to need a clean because it's gross. I still need to test a lot of the components on here. Oops, sorry, ugly head getting in the way. There is a lot of corrosion down there. A lot of corrosion. But it's the A drive that's bothering me. A drive, listen to me. Mr. MS-DOS man. How is that? Is that literally just all the way through? Yes, I think it is, isn't it? Keep these. That can't be right. Yeah, it's quite a long screw. So let's get these out. Ooh. Well, that's rather gross. Yeah, there's some metal turns there I don't really want to mess with. But I do have to take these off. These double Phillips sitting next to each other. Phillips silver underneath the A drive on the floor. And then there's another one. Oh dear, yeah, so I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? I mean, that's just unscrewed this here from the other side. This side gold Phillips, it's easy to take out, but it's the ones underneath this, so obviously I've been trying to get this to lean forwards, but I'm not going to be able to do that, not without taking all of this off. state of that though. What is that? I mean, there's rust on the outside of that, but there's something going on. It's pretty gross. Right. That's not part of the floppy drive, is it? That twisty metal thing. No, it's not. It's just part of this other part of the chassis here. Right, so but then yeah, I'm going to have to do that, aren't I? Because I can't get to those. Well, today's been very educational. I'm going to have to leave it at the moment because I have some taxi duty to attend to, but obviously I'll be back and I'm going to go and wash my hands because they smell gross. This smells gross, like you're a 20 a day fella. Oof. But yeah, I'll be back later on with gloves on. But of course I can't finish this part of the video without getting this off. And I noticed that through here, this hole here, it lets you get to another Phillips screw. Let me just show you that, if I can do this properly. Yeah, see that? That's why I couldn't take this off. Hopefully I can now. Oof. There we go. So that's everything off from there. Obviously that's going to need a jolly good clean, as well as getting this off, which is gross. So I'm going to put that to one side. And we're left with this. The drive that is causing a lot of issues. But I'm going to have to finish this video for now because I believe I've already gone over 1 hour. So this will be part 1. And I've got to get this off. It's been chewed a little bit by me. Which is unfortunate, but not unrepairable. It says confidently. There we go. And I've got plenty of those. Oof. Dust bunnies in there. And wow, look at this. There is so much going on here compared to disk drives we use today. Well, I say today, you know what I mean. But yeah, this is going to need a jolly good clean, and I need to figure out what's going on with this, because it's, like I said, it's in the wrong position at the moment. So I'm going to clean it and then try and figure out why it's not moving as it should. Well, Sony, Fuji Electrochemical Corporation. Wow. Well, the springs still look good, but this is going to take a while to look at and disassemble and everything else, really. But for now, that's the end of this video. Part 2. Look forward to it. See you soon.